The concept of vaccines being used by the Satanic New World Order to oppress Christians is a baseless and misleading narrative that has been perpetuated by certain groups. This notion is often rooted in misinformation, misconceptions, and a lack of understanding about vaccine development, distribution, and administration. To begin with, vaccines are a crucial tool in the prevention of infectious diseases, and their development is based on scientific research and evidence. The process of creating a vaccine involves years of rigorous testing, including laboratory experiments, animal trials, and human clinical trials, to ensure its safety and efficacy. The primary goal of vaccination is to protect individuals and communities from the spread of diseases, thereby reducing morbidity and mortality rates. However, some individuals and groups have propagated the idea that vaccines are part of a larger conspiracy to control and oppress certain segments of the population, including Christians. They claim that the New World Order, a supposed secret society, is using vaccines to implant microchips to track people and manipulate their minds. These assertions are entirely unfounded and lack any credible evidence. One of the primary arguments made by those who believe in this conspiracy is that vaccines contain harmful ingredients, such as mercury, aluminum, and formaldehyde, which can cause a range of health problems. While it is true that some vaccines do contain these ingredients, their presence is heavily regulated, and the amounts used are strictly controlled to ensure safety. For instance, the amount of mercury in vaccines is minimal, and it is in the form of thimerosal, which is a preservative that prevents the growth of bacteria and fungi. Another claim made by proponents of this conspiracy is that vaccines are being used to sterilize or reduce the fertility of certain populations, including Christians. This notion is based on a flawed understanding of the relationship between vaccines and reproductive health. While some vaccines, such as the human papillomavirus HPV vaccine, have been linked to concerns about fertility, these claims are not supported by scientific evidence. Furthermore, the idea that the Satanic New World Order is using vaccines to oppress Christians is also rooted in a misunderstanding of the concept of the New World Order itself. The term New World Order refers to a hypothetical future world system in which nations and governments work together to address global challenges. However, this concept has been distorted and manipulated by conspiracy theorists to fit their own narratives. It is essential to recognize that the spread of misinformation about vaccines has severe consequences, including decreased vaccination rates and increased outbreaks of preventable diseases. The anti-vaccination movement has been linked to several measles outbreaks in recent years, which have resulted in significant morbidity and mortality. In conclusion, the notion that vaccines are being used by the Satanic New World Order to oppress Christians is a baseless and misleading narrative that has been perpetuated by misinformation and misconceptions. Vaccines are a crucial tool in the prevention of infectious diseases, and their development and distribution are based on scientific evidence and rigorous testing. It is essential to rely on credible sources of information and to consult with healthcare professionals when making decisions about vaccination. By doing so, we can work together to promote public health, prevent the spread of diseases, and protect vulnerable populations, including Christians and people of all faiths.